Hello everybody, and thank you for stopping by. Today I want to talk to you about a buzzword in the industry that's called shrinkflation. Now some of you may have heard of it, or some of you may even know about the results of shrinkflation, but some of you haven't. And what shrinkflation is, it is a way to give you less for more money. That's what it's all about. Now, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you, I have two different peas here. Now, I have a son that is a truck driver. And just because you see something on here doesn't mean I got it from the state that I even live in. Okay? And some of these canned goods, like this right here, does not come from the state I live in. Okay? This is from Aldi's. We don't even have an Aldi's here. But he has a huge ice chest, a huge one that he packs with ice. And if he's out on the road and he finds meat, whatever it may be, usually hamburger meat, because I like hamburger meat. It's about the only thing I buy because, like I've said in other videos, I have my own goats. A lot of people like beef. Well, we don't have any really good beef markets here. Some other people live in other states and they're fortunate enough they do. But here is basically Walmart. Everything here is Walmart. We only have one other store that caters to the Hispanic culture, and their meat is better than Walmart's, but it's still very high priced, so I don't buy meat. My goats, to me, have much more flavor than the beef of today. I was raised in a place where we grew our own beef, and we would butcher a beef and put it in the freezer. I also live in an area where you will not be able to take your animals to some house or slaughter place and then, do all the dirty work for you by killing it and cutting it and packaging. I have to do it all ourselves, and that's why I choose goats. They're easier for us to handle because we're old fuddy-duddies, and I mean old. And we don't have the strength to raise a cow up in the air and, hoist it up like we did in our younger years. That's how we did it. But we just don't have that kind of strength and energy anymore. Goats are easier because I make cheese, I get milk, and I get meat. Well, we all know if you're going to raise cows, you have to have females and males, and that's a lot of work at our age. We did it in our younger years for our own meat, but we're older. We even did pigs. But we've got away from that. We don't eat a lot of pork anymore. And so we just stick with goats and chickens, which works good because we got meat and eggs. And then in the goats, we got milk. And you can cook there's no difference in the taste. I make some wonderful chocolate pies. But back to the subject of shrinkflation. Okay, you see, let me see if I can get you see that? How it says 14.5 ounces? Well, guess what? Green beans used to be 16 ounces. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you the same thing on sweet peas. Sweet peas used to be 16 ounces. Now, I got to grab this and hold this where they're 15 ounces now. Now, this is an Aldi brand. Okay? Now, we're going to look at the Libby's brand. Let me see if I can set this back here without jarring the camera. This is our Libby's brand here. And it's the same thing, 15 ounces. So it's almost as if though, no matter what brand you buy, it's going to be the same ounces. The tomatoes used to be 16 ounces. Well, let me see if I can find the ounces on this. There you go, 14.5. Now, they did what they call shrinkflation in over 3,000 products. Soda, the Coke. Now, I don't drink sodas, okay? I had to look this one up. I gave up sodas a long time ago. They're not really good for you. And so I gave them up. And I found out that really the reason I drank sodas, I like the carbonation. That was really the thing. So occasionally I'll have myself a mineral water, which is better for you than soda. But the Coke, the 8-ounce can, It ain't 8 ounces anymore. Your Fritos, your Cheetos, your chips, all of them give you less ounces. Your cereals are less. Your dish soaps are less. There are close to almost 3,000 products that they have done what they call shrinkflation. Now, in the beginning, they said, well, we'll do the shrinkflation because we don't want to raise the prices because that's going to anger our consumers. And so we'll just shrink it down. And they've done shrinkflation for a long time, okay? Do you remember? I do because I'm so old. Candy bars went way up in price because sugar, they said, had gotten so high. Well, when the sugar came back to normal, they didn't increase the candy bar. But let me explain something that they did do. They made your candy bar smaller and then they eventually increased the price. Well, that's what they're doing now. They've been doing the shrinkflation for many, many years. And most of this, what you're looking at, they did shrinkflation in 2008 on a lot of it when we had the recession. And since then, they've not only done the shrinkflation, but they've gone up in price. Well, guess what they're trying to do? They're trying to figure another way how they can do it some more and then still go up in price. And they've been able to fancy-dancy around it by putting things in what they call more earth-friendly containers, you know. And in the process, they're saving money on their earth-friendly containers and giving you a little less, and they're upping the price. You know, that's what they do. And in the end, it becomes very, very expensive for you because all them ounces and everything adds up. Remember, I do, when bacon, almost every single bacon was $1 a pound. I mean, not $1 a pound, was a pound. Okay, boy, it would be great if it was $1 a pound, huh? But remember, almost every single bacon was a pound. And some of the ones that were less than that were really inexpensive to buy. Well, not anymore. And it's very hard to find the bacons that used to be a pound, and that were cheaper. They went to 12 ounces. And the ones that stayed at a pound went very, very high. Now that has to do with the pork swine flu that's killing off a lot of pigs. And so it made pork more expensive. And beef is getting ready to go very high again. It's going to go high. And they're trying to get people used to eating, I don't know, I call it fake meat. It's not my cup of tea. I don't know what they put into it, but I will tell you, guess what I found out? Al Gore, our great man of the earth, who telling us that everything is falling apart, is invested in fake meat. Now I wonder why he's pushing we need to get rid of cows. Could it be that he's, got a really big investment into this fake meat they're coming out with? This meat that's supposed to be better for you, but it's not real meat, and it's going to save the planet. And isn't it amazing that Al Gore has invested in that? Go figure. I sure thought the guy got fat of all that beef he was eating because he is huge compared to what he used to be. But that's how they do it. Now, it's going to go higher, and we're going to get even less. What they're doing is they're giving you, they're not giving you less liquid in these cans. They're giving you less produce in the can. And they're going to keep doing that. And the prices are going to keep going high. And their shrinkflation is going to be inflation for us. I thought that was a cute little name. Shrinkflation? You mean inflation? And kind of a deceitful way, because they don't want us angry at them and screaming and yelling that how horrible they really are. So they just change the ounces because you want to know something? A whole lot of people have no clue how many ounces anything was before. They have no clue that they're getting less. Now there's a lot of us women that we've always paid attention to that, but some don't, and they have no clue. The day that I went in and I took that video, the empty shelves food at Walmart, their tuna fish was 89 cents a can. What? As soon it's going to be at $1. I remember that when, yes, I know people are going to say, oh, we all can remember when things were cheaper. But it wasn't too long ago. It was just 65 cents. Well, it went from 49 to 65. Then it went to 70. And then it went to 79. Well, actually, just 2 weeks ago, I bought tuna fish at 74 cents, regular price. That's what it was. Because the grocery store, I needed some tuna fish, and no grocery stores were putting it on sale. Now I see an off-brand at some of the stores. So we'll see. I'm going to try to run in and get some. But I said, geez, just a few weeks ago, Walmart's tuna fish here was 70-something cents. Now it's 89. That's a pretty big jump in 2 weeks. Which means it's even going to go higher. That's why I'm trying to store chub mackerel. That stuff tastes delicious in patties. You know, mackerel patties, salmon patties, chub mackerel. Chub mackerel actually has a better taste than mackerel does. Well, I hope you found this informative and keep stocking. Not all of us can have gardens. I'm one of them that can't. If you can have a garden, can your heart away. I used to do it. I still can salsas. I buy the tomatoes at the store when they're 44 cents a pound, and my jalapenos when they're 44 cents a pound. But I do still do that, but I can't grow a garden where I'm at. 4 years of hail straight in a row. It's so hot, and the water here is very expensive, so I do have to stay within price of what I can afford, so cans end up cheaper. So if you cannot can your own food, please buy it by the can and get it before their shrinkflation goes even higher. And thank you, God bless you, and may you have a blessed day.